Hello, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Sarah, and today Mark and I are talking about star signs. Are you a Leo, a Scorpio, a Gemini? Do you believe in astrology, or do you think it's just for fun? Stay with us for a natural, slow-paced conversation perfect for English learners. Let's get started.
Hi, Sarah. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Mark. Thanks. And you?
I'm great. So, Sarah, I have a question for you. What's your star sign?
I'm a Gemini. My birthday is in June. What about you?
I'm a Taurus. I was born in May. Do you believe in astrology? I'm curious because I don't really believe in it seriously, but I think it's interesting. I read my horoscope sometimes just for fun. You know, when I'm reading a magazine or browsing online.
I'm exactly the same. I don't really believe in it seriously, but I think it's fun to read about. Sometimes the descriptions are quite accurate. It's like when you read something and think, oh, that's so me, even though you know it could apply to lots of people. So what do you know about Taurus? What are Taurus people supposed to be like?
Well, Taurus is an earth sign. People say that Taurus people are reliable, patient, and practical. They also say we love comfort and good food. That's definitely true for me. I love good food, and I enjoy being comfortable at home. We're also supposed to be stubborn sometimes, which my friends would probably agree with.
That does sound like you. What about Gemini? What are Geminis like? I know Gemini is an air sign, and the symbol is twins, so Geminis are supposed to have two sides to their personality. People say we're curious, social, and we love talking. We're also supposed to be adaptable and quick learners, which I think is quite accurate for me.
Well, you do love talking, but seriously, do you think star signs really describe people accurately? I mean, is it just coincidence, or is there something more to it?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think it's a bit like reading a general description that could fit many people, but it's fun to think about. I am quite social. I love meeting new people and learning new things, so maybe there's something to it. Or maybe I just notice the parts that fit and ignore the parts that don't. That's called confirmation bias, right?
Exactly. That's a good point. I agree. It's entertainment more than science. So, Sarah, how many star signs are there in total? Can you name all of them?
There are 12 star signs in the Zodiac. Each one is connected to a different time of the year, usually about a month each. Let me try to name them all in order. There's Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Did I get them all?
Yes, perfect. That's all 12. Do you know what each one is known for? Let's start with Aries. That's the first one, right?
Yes, Aries is the first sign. And Aries people are supposed to be brave and energetic. They're natural leaders, and they like to be first at everything. The symbol is a ram. What about Leo? I know that's a fire sign too.
Yes, Leo is a fire sign. Leos are supposed to be confident, generous, and they love being the center of attention. The symbol is a lion, which makes sense because lions are the kings of the jungle. My sister is a Leo, and she definitely loves attention. She's always been very dramatic and loves performing.
That's funny. What about Scorpio? Do you know anything about that sign? I have a friend who's a Scorpio, and she's quite intense. Very emotional and deep. She feels things very strongly.
Scorpio is a water sign. People say Scorpios are passionate, mysterious, and very loyal to their friends, but they can also be quite intense, just like your friend. They're supposed to be very private people who don't share their feelings easily. See? Maybe there's something to it after all.
Maybe. What about Virgo? That's another earth sign, right? My colleague is a Virgo, and her desk is always so neat and organized. Everything has its place. She even labels everything.
Yes, Virgo is an earth sign. Virgos are supposed to be organized, practical, and they pay attention to details. They like everything to be perfect. Some people say they can be perfectionists. That fits your colleague perfectly. What about the water signs? We mentioned Scorpio. What are the others?
The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Water signs are supposed to be emotional, sensitive, and intuitive. They're in touch with their feelings and the feelings of others. And what about air signs?
The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Air signs are supposed to be intellectual, social, and they love communication. They're thinkers and they enjoy ideas and conversations. And we already talked about earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs are grounded and practical. What about fire signs?
Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They're supposed to be energetic, passionate, and adventurous. They're full of enthusiasm and they love excitement. So each element has 3 signs. That's interesting. Do you read your horoscope regularly, Mark?
Not regularly, but sometimes. Maybe when I see it in a newspaper or online. What about you?
Maybe once a month. I read it in a magazine or online. It's usually quite general, like, this month will bring new opportunities, or be careful with money. They're always quite vague, aren't they? They could apply to anyone. That's probably why so many people think their horoscope is accurate.
Exactly. That's why I don't take it too seriously, but it's still fun. Do you know anyone who really believes in astrology? My aunt does. She checks her horoscope every single day. She even plans important decisions based on what her horoscope says. She has an astrology app on her phone.
Really? That's quite serious. Does she really make big decisions based on it?
Yes, she won't make big decisions on certain days if her horoscope warns against it. She also checks if people's star signs are compatible before dating them. She once stopped dating someone because their signs weren't compatible. It's quite extreme, I think.
Wow, that's dedication. Do you think star signs affect relationships? I've heard people talk about compatibility between different signs.
Some people believe certain signs work well together and others don't. For example, they say earth signs and water signs are compatible because they balance each other. Earth provides stability and water provides emotion. Fire and air are supposed to work well together too. Fire needs air to burn, so they complement each other. It's an interesting way to think about relationships.
That's a nice way to think about it. What about earth and fire? Do they work well together?
Some people say earth and fire can clash because they're very different. Earth is stable and practical, while fire is passionate and impulsive. But opposites can attract, right? I think personality is more important than star signs when it comes to relationships. You need to actually know the person, not just their birthday.
I completely agree. You can't judge someone just by when they were born. People are much more complex than that. We're all individuals with our own experiences and personalities. So, Mark, if you could be any star sign, would you choose a different one?
That's a fun question. I'm happy being a Taurus. I like being reliable and enjoying good food. What about you?
I'm happy being a Gemini, but maybe I'd like to try being a Leo for a day. They seem so confident and outgoing. It would be fun to have that kind of energy. Well, Mark, this has been a really interesting conversation about star signs.
It has. I learned a lot about the different signs and their characteristics. Even though we don't believe in it seriously, it's fascinating to think about. It's part of our culture, and it's fun to discuss.
Absolutely. It's fun to explore these ideas, even if we take them with a grain of salt. It's harmless entertainment, and it can be a good conversation.
Well, that was our conversation about star signs. I hope you enjoyed listening and learned some new vocabulary. Remember to listen again to pick up any words you might have missed. By the way, what's your star sign? And do you think it describes you? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes to improve your English. Have a great day, everyone.